You join me here in Cardiff, not only the capital city of Wales, but also one of my favourite and most modern cities I've ever been to. I'm not going to do what I usually do and have a really tight, restricted day where I have to go and see everything in the city centre. I'm actually just going to have a nice relaxed video where I see a few things, eat some food, maybe get a souvenir or two, and just, enjoy Cardiff. So to start off, I'm going to walk towards the Principality Stadium and then hopefully walk along the river for a bit on, I think it's called the Millennium Walk, and that leads to a park called Bute Park, which I went to last time I went to Cardiff, and we're just going to hope that's nice, and then after that I'll eat some lunch, but that's in quite a while. And as I said, I'm just going to take it slowly. I am really hungry though, so I do kind of want to get some food. I'm filming this on a Sunday, which now I think about it is a big rugby day and the Six Nations is happening and we're in Wales, so I expect it to be really quiet. Hopefully it still is, but I'm saying it might not be. And there's the stadium. You know how I said Cardiff's really nice and modern? For a small city, that's a massive stadium, and I know it's the capital city, so that's why it's there. We're going to try and walk down there, and this here is the river. Here it is. Yep, nice river. Here you go. We're going to walk down there, I think, depending on what these signs say. Stadium. You're putting right, okay, so I can walk down here. It's called the Millennium Walk because I think the stadium used to be called the Millennium, but it's now called the Principality. So yeah, I know we're really early into the video, but if you're enjoying it so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could donate to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is linked in the pinned comment. Only if you have any spare money, which you don't know what to do with. But yeah, I just need to plug that early on just in case, because I do need to start making money. And all those trees ahead, that is Bute Park, and further along there is Cardiff Castle, which we will hopefully see in a moment. Also, just notice, I don't know if this is graffiti or if it's commissioned, but that's pretty cool, isn't it? Especially how they've kind of sectioned off bits. It's very civilised graffiti. Right, here we are coming to the end of the Millennium Walk. River Taff's still there, obviously. I can see Bute Park ahead. Let's get in there then. Right, here we are in Bute Park. I am glad to see there's other people here because I did not want to be walking through this park on my own just in case it was a bit dodgy. I might actually walk down here towards the river again, actually, and then we'll go back further along there. Here's the river just over here. Got some ducks in there and everything. We're going to fit through there? Yeah, only just. On my way here, I went through a town called Chepstow, which is kind of like on the border between England and Wales. And you saw the valley which the River Wye was going through. It was absolutely disgusting. It was like banks, with like really muddy banks, if you know what I mean. And the same with Newport. You go over the river again. I think it's the River Ouse, I think it's called, or something like that. Ugh. You don't want to have to see that. Anyway, Cardiff Castle and the court, and I think it's the town hall, and there's museums and all that kind of stuff, is right this way that I'm walking. So I'm going to go in that direction, and then we can go and see the castle, and then we'll have some lunch. What's going on over here? Got some rocks. It's Stonehenge. It's the knockoff Welsh Stonehenge. I guess it's just kind of like a community thing. They've built a thing out of rocks. If you know what this is, please let me know in the comments. And I can actually see the back of Cardiff Castle here, which is really exciting. I forgot because the park goes like behind it, and there's this other river which is kind of like the moat, or maybe it's not a river, maybe it's just built as a moat. But anyway, there's the castle. So I thought you could cross the bridge over there to get onto the other side of the moat or whatever it is. But I think you actually have to cross a different bridge over here and go behind the castle, which is absolutely fine. I've got all the time in the world. In fact, actually, no, I don't. I've got about 2 hours. But yeah, I'm hoping to make a nice long video as well, even though I only have 2 hours, so hopefully I can succeed in that. I also have a very quick announcement to make, so it's not going to be next video, but it's going to be the one after that. Hopefully, you should see a video of me in my favourite city of all time, which is Manchester. It's really exciting. I was considering bringing my bike on this trip earlier in the week. Now I think about it, I would have had to go on the train with my bike, which I don't want to do, but I think it would have been worth it, because look at how cyclable this looks. Anyway, we're about to leave the park and get to a more urban part of the city, and I can see most of it right now. Just crossed under the road in a tunnel, which is quite cool. I know I said that last time I explored Cardiff, but still. Anyway, this building here, I think, is Cardiff Crown Court. I struggled to say that for a sec. Maybe it's the police station, I don't know. All those kind of buildings all around here, so it might get quite confusing. There's one of the big ones. It's all this like type of building. It looks a little bit like limestone, but I don't think it is. If you know, let me know in the comments, because I really want to know what type of building this is. Anyway, I'm turning back around now to go and get some lunch. I don't know how long the video is, but hopefully it doesn't turn out too short, because I do need to film a nice long video to get these watch hours in. So yeah, while I cross back under this tunnel, I'm going to tell you about my different experiences in Cardiff. So the first time I went to Cardiff was in January 2024, just over a year ago. I went with my grandparents as a Christmas present. It was really enjoyable. Only issue was the weather was absolutely terrible. But yeah, I enjoyed that quite a lot. Here's Cardiff Castle again, or at least the walls of Cardiff Castle. Cardiff is definitely one of my favourite UK cities. In fact, the first time I came here, I definitely would have considered it my favourite, number one. But now I've been here 6 times, it's getting a little bit boring. My favourite is still Manchester, as of now, and I don't know, something might take it over soon. Right, I can see the Burger King I'm going to go to from here, so instead of boring you by taking you to eat lunch with me, I'm actually going to show you a segment which I filmed before this, about the view that I got on my way down here. So yeah, I'll see you after I've done that. I'm filming this very short part of the video before the rest of it, but that doesn't really matter. The point is, I'm about to hop on a Transport for Wales service down to Cardiff Central, and I've been on this service a few times before, and the best part about it is you go along the River Severn, and the views are absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to cut to a few shots of that amazing view, and I hope you enjoy. But yeah, there's some pretty cool views, aren't they? I haven't actually seen them yet, I'm still at Gloucester Station. There is one more thing. If you'd like to support the channel with a little bit of spare money you have, I'd really appreciate it if you could donate to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is linked in the pinned comment. Obviously, if you don't have any money, that's absolutely fine. Subscribing, liking, and even commenting helps out just as much as well. Thank you, and cut back to me at Cardiff doing whatever I was doing. I've just finished my lunch. I hope you enjoyed that nice short segment with all those epic views of the River Severn. It just kind of occurred to me that you might want to see that, so I thought I'd film that beforehand. I have a task to complete now, which is to go and find myself an iPhone charger, because of course the same day I forget to bring my iPhone charger is the same day that my phone starts running out of battery really early. I think we should head towards the Queen's Arcade, which is a really big shopping centre. Here it is. I didn't realise I was like a 30-second walk away from it. Here we go. I've never seen this shop in my life, but let's see what they have to offer in here. I've never had to buy a separate charger before, but it costs £16 for a lightning charger. I don't know if that's normal or not. It wasn't even an official Apple one. It was like a company I've never heard of before. But £16, is that normal? Right, I'm going to head back towards the station, not because I need to go soon, but because I realised that I didn't really show you much around the station. I just went straight to the stadium. You can have a look at the bus station and the BBC building, all that really cool stuff, and I think it's probably this way because I can see the really tall building. And what I really like about that area is just kind of the feeling you get, like the BBC building just makes you feel connected to the rest of the world. And there's a load of shops. It's by far the most developed area in the city. Maybe the Bay's a little bit more developed, but yeah, it's really cool. And speaking of Cardiff Bay, I don't think I'm going to be able to go there today, unfortunately, only because of my restrictions with time, money and that kind of thing. Bearing in mind I booked these tickets last night and I didn't know I was going to go yesterday. I was going to film my blindfolded and dropped off in a random location video today, but unfortunately the family member who was going to take me, his van broke down, so I wasn't able to do that. Here's the stadium again. Yeah, it's definitely a rugby stadium, there's no way it's football. So I guess that means in a few weeks' time the Six Nations is going to be over there, I think. I'm not quite sure how the Six Nations works. I will be live streaming the day after this video comes out, so if you're interested, please come along. It's always a lot of fun. And here we are entering that kind of central area. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this here is a government building. Obviously that's the BBC building. I'm pretty sure 10 or 11 years ago that was all a bus station. Now the bus station's been moved to there and renamed as the bus interchange or something. And these are quite cool. They're like these bollards, and when they hear sirens they go down and then they go back up again, and I've seen loads of viral videos of people like standing on them so that when they go up it looks like they're like an angel or something. Yeah, I've seen them in action before, the first time I ever came to Cardiff. I just wanted to point out that building behind the station. So the first time I came to Cardiff, it was a lot smaller than that, obviously, because it's being built. And now every time I come to Cardiff since, it's just kind of been me checking up on that building. I'm realising now that it's flat. So I thought one day I might want to live in that in, 4 or 5 years' time. But I'm not sure if I'd be interested in living in Cardiff because of how far away it is from a load of other big cities. And that is where I started this video. So I don't know really what I should do now. I have definitely been up to this area before. I think it's the more hotel area. I mean, I know the university's up there as well. I think I was right about the hotels. I've seen 4 in the last 5 minutes. So I saw the Marriott Hotel, the Clayton Hotel, Hampton by Hilton, and the Sleep Z one, or Sleep Z, however you say it. I have just checked on my phone how much footage I have collected, and I think I've probably got enough to make a decent sized video, so I am going to end it here. If you'd like to support the channel even more than you just did by watching the video all the way through, I'd really appreciate it if you could donate to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is linked in the pinned comment. You can also support the channel by liking, subscribing and even commenting. Stay tuned throughout 2025 because I'm pretty sure my videos this year should be getting pretty good, and I'll see you next week for another very exciting video. Bye bye.